Warning, this video may trigger you. A new Star Wars documentary has revealed that the biggest Mandalorian mystery will never be answered.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. On nobody.
Echo Station 3PA.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Echo Base Network. Hit the subscribe button and all that stuff that everybody else says. Thank you very much for that. The Mandalorian Season 3 revealed a lot of things, but according to a new article, one mystery will never be revealed. And oh my gosh, I think it's freaking hilarious and piss poor storytelling. That's what I think. So your article is here over at Inverse.com. The Mandalorian's biggest mystery will never be answered. Star Wars doc reveals. Sometimes it's better to let a sense of mystery linger. Sometimes, but not in this case. But I digress. The Mandalorian is entertaining, not just for what it shows, but for what it only hints at. We never saw Din Djarin's face until the end of Season 1, which made the reveal in the season finale all the more powerful. Now, I'm ashamed to tell you, Coach here, Echo Base Network, I don't even remember seeing his face in the Season 1 finale. My bad. We saw Grogu go on all sorts of adventures without knowing where he came from, which made his Season 3 flashback prologue years later exciting. Nah, dog, I disagree. In the second episode of Season 3, we caught a hint of another thrilling sight, but that hint might be all we ever see. Fans may be disappointed, but the reasoning is sound. Wonder what they're talking about. Do you know yet? One of the season's main themes was faith in our hero's relationship to it. Din sought to be forgiven by the Children of the Watch, while Bo-Katan grew to doubt her own preconceived notions about the group, which she once dismissed as a zealotous cult. In Episode 2, Bo-Katan had to dive into the living waters of the Mandalorian's minds to save Din Djarin, and, again, while underwater, she came face to face with a creature so mythical in its name, a Mythosaur. We never saw the creature, just a monstrous eye, but it was enough to make Bo-Katan doubt everything she thought she knew. In an episode of Disney Gallery about the making of Season 3, co-showrunner Dave Filoni discussed the reveal and why he felt showing the entire creature wasn't a good idea. The Mythosaur moment for her is a moment of faith where she sees something that should be impossible, and she is asked to believe in it, Filoni said. If the creature gets up out of the water and reveals itself, it's just way too obvious. It has to be something isolated, something only she sees. She has to make a choice. Do I trust my eyes? Do I really see that? Is that really possible? While this is a good insight into Bo-Katan's nature and spiritual awakening, it's bad news for fans who wanted to see the Mythosaur rise up and truly fulfill the prophecy the armorer mentioned in the Book of Boba Fett. But again, this is an example of the Mandalorian being stronger for what it doesn't show. Totally disagree. I think it's very bad storytelling. And what's funny is as I think about this and I read this article, I'm reminded of all of the fans who came, like, even were salty in our comment section about, you're a black pill, they're going to ride the Mythosaur again and reclaim Mandalore, and it's so obvious that it's happening. What's wrong with you? You just don't believe anything. And I'm like, yeah, right. Well, it didn't happen. Nobody rode the Mythosaur, and I very seriously doubt that ever happens. I very seriously doubt that ever happens. The Mythosaur, basically, it was dang near a MacGuffin. Like they just shoehorned that in. We saw its eye. We saw all kinds of other creatures. Go back and watch the first half of The Mandalorian Season 3, and you're going to see creature, eyeball, creature. It's like, why couldn't they show the entire thing? I am not a fan of The Mandalorian Season 3. I think that the story got away from Filoni and Favreau in this season, and I think that, I can't speak for everybody, but a majority of the fan base is losing faith at a rapid rate, if in my opinion. A lot of people have already left. I'm seeing it more and more. I just can't do Disney Star Wars anymore. I'm out. Forget this. It's just looking back at this article. It's so funny how the media is trying to twist it like, oh, they were brilliant to just show the eye. And Dave Filoni with his little comments, it's just a way to not take accountability for telling a bad story. You had in the Book of Boba Fett, you had Boba Fett ride a Rancor. And honestly, I didn't really see that coming. At one point, I didn't even know riding a Rancor was possible. Not going back to 1983. I never watched the 83 film Return of the Jedi and thought, maybe they'll ride it one day, or a long time ago, and we just didn't know that. But anyways, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's garbage. You showed us the Mythosaur eye. That's going to make a lot of people angry. There's a lot of lore, fans of the lore, deep lore. There's a lot of fans of the Clone Wars and Rebels and the animated series, and especially Clone Wars. You were supposed to do more with the Mythosaur, and you didn't. And the fans expected it, and the fans demanded it, and you let down the entire Star Wars fan base. That's my opinion. I'm not somebody who's just going to open wide and just shovel it in. That's not what I do here. You may disagree with me. Anybody watching the video, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, I would like to hear, your comments. Do you think the Mythosaur will show up again in season 4? I don't. But to be fair, we don't know very much at all about season 4, and apparently it's already been written, according to Favreau. So we'll see what happens. But it is funny how, the gallery episode for season 3 comes out and they basically reveal nothing because they had nothing to reveal. It was a bad show. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here at Echo Base Network. You are Echo Base Network. May the force be with you. Hit that sub button and all that stuff that everybody else says. And I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.